Hello everybody, this is EQ again. Today we're going to try again. We're going to look and see what we got going on. It looks like we've already got a good unlock for, let me adjust this. I don't know why, but when I got two screens up, it doesn't seem to want to focus on my laptop. I may have to just kind of redo that, but for now we'll just kind of keep it like that. One second, I'm just adjusting a little bit. I don't know why the rate won't refresh, but anyways, let's see what we've got going on. So we got a boss rush unlock for Isaac. We got boss rush and Azazel. I think today I want to check out Eve just because she is such a fun character. I don't know why I was so convinced that she started off with a razor blade. And there it goes. The good thing about Eve is you only need one heart to activate Whore of Babylon, but when you come to these kinds of rooms, you realize how much that HP is really going to benefit you, especially early game, because it's going to be one of those things that you're always scrimping and everything. Now, in the later games, you get an actual damage boost when you first take damage, especially to the point of activating Whore of Babylon. Alright, petrified poop. I don't even know why I was thinking about going to that shop, because I have no money. You only live once, take the pill. This is gonna be an early game. We'll see what this item room. Hey, it might be looking up. But going through a run with 1 HP, it really feels debilitating, because when you go through it, if there's any kind of incentive for anything where you want to like donate HP to get some kind of advantage, when you get limited down to 1 HP, it really just sucks it out of you. And there you go. The dead bird is a big help here, but as you can see, it's real easy to have that tendency to try to run up on the enemy, but you really gotta play it cool. Now it is to a disadvantage coming into your second floor with Eve with more than 1 HP, because you're going to want to sometimes look out for ways to take down your damage to 1 HP, at least red heart damage, or red hearts, just because that Whore of Babylon transformation is so nice. You often wonder when you see some of these enemies, because when you have fire effects that will turn some of the enemies, or will burn them rather, it's real easy to think, okay, it's going to damage them. But when you notice that some of the enemies, there we go, that's all I need. Health down. Some of the enemies actually accommodate some of those effects, like fire, and it does seem a little it does kind of seem like you could easily be in the same boat with like poisons and stuff. If one of the enemies carrying around like poison creep with them, it's going to be one of those things like, does that actually hurt them or not? Oh, yay. Just when you forget that you're in a curse. Oof. My movement speed is pretty good, so I really don't want to even bother with that. The only thing that kind of makes me want to get it is if, and I'm going to be honest, I don't even remember if I've taken damage. Oh, I have 3 bombs. That's what I'm talking about. Now this is what I needed. I didn't need the other one so much. Kind of have a regret taking that, but we're gonna see what we find up ahead. This is where things like toxic shock really help you out, because you can kind of use your tears to push back the enemy and just really allow them to sit in that little puddle of toxic or poison creep. And you really appreciate items like this early on, especially because you have more land-based. Even Monstro can kind of, you can benefit yourself by, with bosses like Monstro, by, there you go, having toxic. I don't know why I want to say toxic shock. I think I said that a moment ago. Mysterious liquid. There we go. I swear this is not my first time playing this game. And we did it. Well, we got plenty of HP, so I may not go back for Lard. I mean, I really don't know if I want Gimpy, but I'm going to take Gimpy just the same. Now, I've seen some streamers use a strategy where using maybe just one character to kind of get some of the big unlocks, like trying to open up the chest and the negative and all that kind of stuff. I don't know if I'm necessarily trying to do that. I will say these kinds of rooms will test your ability to maneuver. Or at least how much you can gaze around in 360. I mean, because there's times where you lock on like a portion of the screen, just kind of watching like maybe a few things, go back and forth, and then that's it. I really want to kill the non-champion one first, because this guy is gonna spawn. He's gonna go into his. And there we go. Oh, I could use some damage. And that's what I was talking about. It was just one of those things I didn't. I kind of like blinked all at the same time, and it was really like, man. Tell you what, petrified poop is not really panning out for me today. Felt awesome when I got Mysterious Liquid just because it was a tier effect, but now that I have, I don't want to say I have no damage, but I haven't gotten any damage improvements this run, so it's one of those like, ugh. And that's why, going back to the yesterday, you just really want to make sure if you are going to test a pill, it's probably better that you wait till the end of the room. Yay. Oh. How quickly we forget. I really miss some of the attributes of some of the later versions of this game, just because in the dice room, like I was saying the other day, it at least shows you what dice you're going to roll when you step onto the dice image on the floor. I will say Mysterious Liquid is super helpful with the larger spiders, just because sometimes they take a second to just kind of mow down into the individual spot or the smaller spiders. And wow, gotta love them full circles right there. My tier rate is garbage. There we go. Okay. I feel like I've only seen 2 pills, paralysis and health down. I knew it. Live dangerously. Oh man, watch where you're going, EQ. Well, I wanted Horror Babylon back, so there's that kind of. This could be awesome. If I start getting stats and stuff like that, this could be super awesome. The real question is, do I want to stay this low? I think I do. I just went with it. And 1 heart guarantees us entry in here. I'll do a... It's not much of a damage up, but I feel like Petrified Poop is just not really pulling weight this go round, so I think I'll just kind of stick to Isaac's Head. It gives you a little tier, little backup shot. It's nothing great. Now I can't remember if it actually inherits all of your tier stats, and if I'm almost positive it doesn't inherit the tier effect if you have one, but I'm starting to believe I cannot chew gum and walk. I don't know what it's gonna serve for me to hold on to 1 penny, but we're going with it. I will say, there we go. Come on, dead bird. Go get Pete. Wait till he jumps, because that's a strategy that can win. Today, I went back and edited some of the videos and put thumbnails with them, just going with EQ, but I kind of feel like that doesn't really properly go over any kind of branding for the channel or anything like that, so I'm kind of having second guesses. I want to say in this video, I opted out to not have a thumbnail. I do think thumbnails are typically better calls for the videos for you as viewers to kind of understand what you're getting into, but if I just have a blank EQ with there, like the letters E and Q, and then it's nothing else, I know that the title will be there, but I don't know, maybe I should stay with it. I probably will. Yeah. I just now realized I've been rocking on 2 red hearts. I don't know if it's this whole floor. Help now? No. Hey, I'm down with that. Now I would have taken lard. That's what I'm talking about. Pills. About time. Game, don't be just shoveling me, Big Pharma. Give me the antibiotics and the stuff I need, alright? There we go. Ah. It was just like the worst lob. That's it. Alright, you're dead. I feel like his little last hoorah was gonna give it to me anyways. Don't you hate that? You set up the situation and the intended result happens, but it's usually like it was going to happen, and like all your prep work there just kind of fizzles out, and it's like, ugh. don't remember those guys going super fast, but I will say, until recently, it's kind of been a while since I've played Rebirth, and I don't remember if there was like sprite changes, buffs, nerfs, enhancements, all that kind of good stuff. You know, I usually hate the Zubats, but I'm gonna be honest with you, when they come at you like that, at least it's like, I'm gonna hit something. You know, I'm thinking about finally getting into, I'm gonna do that, just so I can get my Horror Babylon buff. Oh, that's interesting. If I do it again, I feel like it's gonna be, I'm just gonna need red hearts, but anyways. No, but recently I started building a NAS at home, and I've purposely kind of gotten off of watching specific types of movies. Superhero movies, I've gotten away from them. I used to be a huge Spider-Man fan. I remember in the comic books and the cartoon, there was a big multiverse thing with Madam Web and all that stuff. I don't know. I'm not gonna sit here and just beat up on everything that is MVCU, but, and it's not necessarily that. It's more of a, okay, I went everywhere. I just felt like we kind of got inundated with, excuse me, with another superhero movie before we were able to catch our breath. And one of the things, maybe the secret room's here. I got 14 bombs, so it doesn't hurt me to shop around. But I don't know. It just feels like everybody's arc is just growing. Like here recently, I started checking out Dragon Ball, and there was one time in my early adulthood, I finally finished the Majin Buu saga, and I was like, yeah, you know, like closure. And then of course it just opens up to something else. And then I was kind of browsing around on YouTube, and there was somebody that had like all these destroyer gods and all this stuff. So I'm like, okay, well this could be interesting. And I will say this, and I'm not hating on the original series, but the difference, at least between some of the fan-made stuff with the, I'm trying to remember the Zeno and the Destroyer Gods and the multiverse of Dragon Ball. At least I kind of liked what I've seen. There's a bunch of stuff that I need to really take time. I started one thing, and I think I fell. There we go. Just back yourself into a corner. Sometimes because of the mic, I kind of have this like overhead almost view of my computer screen, so it's kind of not the most conducive when there's a bunch of stuff going on the screen. But anyways, no, but the Morrow Saga is supposedly, I can't remember if it's the wizard that basically either just some crazy, I wish I could remember, because I think it started with Majin Buu. I think he was the one that was really setting Majin Buu against the gods of destruction and all this stuff. And you know, some of it even goes to where, and I believe most of this stuff isn't exactly canon. I think some of it is, but as to which parts aren't, I believe the parts where Goku is becomes a destroyer god. I don't think that's canon. I don't hate it as long as we're not trying to sell it as the package. You know, like, and that's the thing is like, it may seem like I'm just trying to be like everybody else, you know, like, screw big company, you know, but I don't know. There's a part of me that thinks, you know, like, it's every person's right to come up with a rendition of anything. What I think fans get mad about in most cases is not the fact that it got ruined, but when you have the resources to do it. Because if I say, hey, I'm writing fan fiction or something like that, you know, like, I would anticipate, you know, some people have some apprehension against it, but at the same time, I don't think anybody's going to want to, you know, just, I don't want to say kill me. Although it does seem like that might be a thing with some of the stories where I hear fans are completely upset about maybe how some of the story writing and stuff comes to be in some series and movies. But I think it's another thing if you have a real budget, resources, and that kind of thing. You know, it's really something that people are going to want a real experience that's based on the stuff that you've been putting out. And I don't know, a part of me just kind of feels like when you have professional resources, people are probably going to expect professional results. I don't know, that's all. But yeah, no, and also with some of the Dragon Ball stuff, it just didn't feel like it was, you know, this is what you have to accept. I mean, maybe that's because of the underlining. This is not canon in some regards and that kind of thing, but I don't know. Maybe I am being a little unfair with some of those. I don't even know what killed the exploding Wisp, but okay. But yeah, I did really like it. I think I take breaks with things like anime. I know a lot of stuff comes in season for me. I occasionally like some K-dramas. So there's that. Yeah, but you know, sometimes they're just like real emotional and stuff like that. And you kind of, you know, it's not something you can do all the time. It's something you got to chill on. I mean, because if you're just watching that stuff, whatever reason, and you're just kind of bawling your eyes out, whatever, you know, you got to breathe out of that. I did get Guppy's tail. I was thinking, why am I getting all these chests? And then it just dawned on me. You know, I think until I was like an adult, I think I used to think the phrase dawned on me was like dondled or something like that. You know, it just dawned on me. You know, like if you're anywhere near the south of the United States, you know that we have a reputation for not being the most eloquent and articulate with our speech. I am no better. I like to think. Did I just get guppy? I know here it doesn't alert you. Yes, that's what it's all about. That kind of stinks. If I find an arcade, I'll probably end up going there. But yeah, you know, a lot of things when we think about how we should pronounce stuff and whatnot. And there's a lot of things, I'm sure, I do my best to speak well on here. Please forgive me. I will practice and whatever. I gotta go find my item room because I have no damage, and even though that's one thing I really miss is on the later versions of Eisenhower. We're gonna play The Binding of Eisenhower. You're not alerted to your transformations. They happen. I don't think there's as many transformations on Rebirth, but yeah. Now, I am gonna try to go for a full unlock, but I think there was some stuff, and we can look at it after this run. I should be good on this one because as long as I don't do like I was yesterday and just take crap damage the whole time. Alright, hands. Call them jazz hands. They're doodle-whopping all over the place. Oh man, the thing is something in my head didn't compute to it's supposed to be delayed, or it might be delayed, or something like that. So, and also, I noticed my movement speed is, if there's something about it when I'm watching it, it's like the first like half a second is not that fast, but then it starts to glide like room. Like there's almost a takeoff phase. That's weird. Has anybody else noticed that? Oh, yay. This might actually be the room for it, but well, this is what happens when you try to assume that you're, oh. Come on, game. I could use some health. Alright. New strategy. We're trying to win. We don't care about specific rooms or anything like that. We are trying to win. There we go. Yes. Hold on. I need a second anyways. This thing's gonna... Sorry about that. I think I'm gonna be the worst player in Isaac. That'll be my claim to fame. I will say this playing experience is a little different for me. Not just trying to sit here and be like, oh, you know, I used to be good, but this is crazy. No. Even if I was anywhere near a mediocre state of playing this game, it's not really about... I swear I'm trying not to say like real bad words during this. this should help keep me alive, so there's that. I do have a Wheel of Fortune, so we could try gambling on that thing and see if it pays out with anything. But I think my main concern is get to Mom's Heart. Let's gamble. Also, forgive me if I just forget that I'm talking about stuff. Sometimes the game is a little intense, but one of the things I was going to mention was I'm not used to being up on the screen like I am playing on my laptop like this, so I may have to figure out something with this just so I can have like a little more visually, I don't know how to say it, but just something that I have a better focus on. I was about to be mad because, like, in my head, so what's happening with some of this is I see the chest first, and then the first thing I think is, all right, go for it. And then after I've already went up, there we go. You know what an extra heart feels like in this run? It just feels like you're on a cold airplane. They gave you like this thin, almost translucent sheet because you were cold. It's still cold. I don't know if it's my view, I'm just sucking lately, or something's off with the, I don't know. You know what? Parasite is pretty nice. I'm just gonna say my glasses aren't strong enough anymore. So, yeah, we'll come back for that, because that's just gonna get wasted. See what I can do. Alright, so you just gotta watch the tears. This will take me to here, and since I got the goat head, I'm good. So let's go fight regular Satan. And we did an unlock. Now that's something I never took advantage of on any of them. The crow baby and stuff like that. I think this was the original, sorry. I think that was meant to be the original plan for multiplayer, which I don't think they really adopted a real multiplayer until Repentance Plus, but if I can find some real HP, I'll feel better about this part of the game. And we got the doppelganger, I think. Nope, maybe. Yeah, there he is. Let's say, like, where the heck is he? long as most of my shots hit the enemies, I'll feel good about rooms like this because it just means I'm gonna generate more flies. Sorry for the silence. This kind of stuff makes you reevaluate life choices. So if you don't know, the Bible will kill mom and mom's heart, but if I'm not mistaken, the Bible will kill you against Satan. And I think it's both forms of Satan. So it's the Satan on this level as well as the mega Satan that you get from the key pieces. I think today I gotta go take my insurance card to the doctor. Isn't that crazy? Like, I'm gonna sound like an old hillbilly person, but you know, just me complaining about technology so advanced and it doesn't make sense why we gotta, when you have the number and all that kind of stuff and you have driver's license, ID, whatever, to verify that it is in fact you, some reason you still have to prove that it's you. Oh, that's why. Man, I need to wake up because apparently my ability to pay attention, I don't know where I pushed the Book of Shadows, but okay. God for the halo of flies. Well, look at that. So there is possibly a chance that I do this even with no invincibility. Let's go. I forgot that the hooves do not cause contact damage, and we did it. We did it. Yes. Oh man. So we got the razor. So Eve, after you do one run with Eve, you do end up unlocking the razor. Sorry about the little glitch right there. I was trying to pull up the screen. Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out how the resolution can be set so that I can just go ahead and pull Isaac on there. I usually put my OBS on my widescreen so if I need to see anything, it's kind of easy to see it. But I may just switch everything. I may do it backwards and then just put Isaac on the widescreen and then pop my laptop and then just kind of pop my laptop up on the other shelf. There we go. We unlocked Judas. But anyways, I'm glad everybody can make it out to the stream. If you watch it later, just let me know. I hope everybody's having a wonderful week. Yes, this is EQ. Thank you again for joining my stream. Always working to just figure out what other things we can do. All right, leave me some comments. Let me know what else you would like to see, other games, other stuff on Isaac. Right now the game plan is to Rebirth to Repentance Plus, so got plenty of time between there and now. All right. Well, this is EQ out.